What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite dating coach, Elias Scott. And as you can see by the title below, we're going to talk about 5 signs, reasons, whatever, that a guy or can't be trusted, okay? That something's up. So before we even get started, if you can, please subscribe. Just click the red button below. Also, in my descriptions, my free ebook. Again, absolutely free. Talks about everything we talk about in my videos. So, jumping right into it. 5 signs that this guy can't be trusted. I have people time and time again telling me that, or telling me their stories, in the comments or whatever. And it's like, ladies, like, you see the signs, but they live with their heart in their, or they live with their heart, not their heads. That I understand. You really like the guy. You don't want to jump to conclusions. So I'm going to be your logical voice here. And I'm going to tell you these signs are not really okay. It's not okay. You need to do something about it. So jumping right into number 1, I would say, is the locked phone. Now, there's nothing wrong with having a locked phone, and I don't think a woman should be like, hey, let me see your phone. That just shows, hey, I don't trust you. However, when a woman, if you need to use his phone for something, and let's say yours is dead or yours is in the other room and you need to make an important call, and he's like, no, go get your own phone, go charge your phone. Something's up. There's no reason he should not let you use his phone. There's something up. I know tons of women who have guys on their, or I know tons of guys who would have like Tinder and, online dating sites on their phone. And I'm thinking, like, you guys, if you're going to cheat, then just put it, on your computer. Why would you have it on your phone? Idiots. Something is up if a guy has his phone locked, okay? Not all the time, but sometimes. And again, it depends on how he goes about it. If you ask the guy to use his phone, he's like, no, hell no, then that says something, okay? Number 2 is the guy cheated before. Now, I'm not saying once a cheater, always a cheater, but I would say he will probably cheat again if I was a betting man, okay? And I would say heavily, depending on, he will cheat again. And the reason for that is, it takes a certain person to cheat. Just like it takes a certain person and a certain mindset to commit murder, right? It's just that's just out of the ordinary. It's just something you wouldn't do. Well, cheating is a lot more common than murder, but you know what I mean. It takes a certain mindset. And when you're a low ego man who does something like that, when you're a low ego man who says, I'm selfish, I care about my needs, my wants, I don't care about who I hurt, this, that, blah, blah, blah. That says something. And that's not an easy mindset to get over. Just because you sit down and talk to him and say, I don't want you to cheat again, or if you do it again, I'm out. That's not going to stop him. The undermining, factor, the things that made him do it are still there. And when, and they say devil's in the opportunity, if, the opportunity comes up again over time, and it kind of suppressed like all that action and shit that was going on between you and those fights and all those things. That kind of dies off. He doesn't remember what it feels like so much, and then down the road he's gonna do it again. That's just how it is. It takes a certain person to do that type of thing to another one. So and a lot of women don't realize that. They think, oh, I talked to him, he treats me so much better now. Well, yeah, because he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, but later on down the road, it's not going to be any different. So number 3, I would say he's vague. He lacks effort. And he's usually not there. Like, he just, he dips. You don't hang out a lot. I'm not gonna say that's a sign of cheating, but that's a sign of a guy with disinterest. Like I always say, a man's main goal is to provide and satisfy, and he can't do those things if he's not making the efforts, if he's not there, if he's really vague with his responses. Like, that just shows a lack of interest. That's just commonality, right? That's just common sense. Like, if a guy's not there and he's not showing his interest and he's not trying to win you over, he's just not interested. And when a guy's not interested, something else might happen, okay? He might go out and do something else, might start talking to other women to get that feeling of interest again, to get that feeling of as a provider, a satisfier. Number 4, I would say he cancels often. Again, if a guy, if he likes you, He wants to see you, especially because men are very physical. Men, in the beginning stages of relationships, men are very visual. He wants to win you, or not win you over, but he wants to, like, he gets the stimulation of attraction, or it stimulates it like tenfold when he sees you in person. That's just the way men work. They like to see how you react to his jokes, how you react to him coming on you, how you react to all these things. And when you can't see him in person and he cancels often, then that just shows, okay, he's not trying. He's not really that where I'm at mentally in the relationship. And of course, finally, number five. Finally, number 5 is he just gives that vibe. Now, you can say don't judge a book by its cover, but that's complete bullshit, because if you look at everyone, they judge books by covers, okay? It catches your eyes. You just can kind of sense a cheater. You can say give them the benefit of the doubt. Don't judge someone like that. Give them a chance. But listen, man, if a guy looks like a cheater, he's probably a cheater, man. There's a reason he's like that, okay? It's always cause and effect. Like, there's a reason a guy walks a certain way. There's a reason a guy acts a certain way. There's a reason a guy looks a certain way. Maybe he just has that douchebag vibe. If he has that vibe, it's because he's surrounded by it. He's enveloped in it. That's just the way it works. And people don't like to admit this. People don't like to step up and say, "You're right. I'm a terrible." They don't want to come out and say, "I'm a terrible person for judging you like this." But listen, if that guy comes off of that vibe and he has any of these other traits that I mentioned, there's something wrong with that guy. And he's probably single too. And he's probably had a history of bad relationships. Okay, so here's the 5 signs. If a guy would have 3 of these, 2 of these, depending on what it is. I wouldn't count the locked phone as one so much. That's just like a warning sign. But the other ones, that's just a sign of disinterest, or the guy's, talking to someone else, or something's up. Okay, so ladies, please be aware. I'm your logical voice. I know your heart's out there and you have good intentions, but listen, man, these are clear signs. Okay, so if a guy has a couple of these, watch out and do something so the bad shit don't unfold and you're left kind of screwed. Okay, love you, take care, and peace.